Greetings, retros and nostalgias. This is Mad Hatter Patrick. We live in an era where franchises have been rebooted from time and time again. Reboots are about the same as making a sequel, except retelling the original source material while trying to expand it and or add new elements to keep it consistent. But remakes come in many different forms, such as movies, TV shows, and even video games. Some of them are good, some of them are not. With anime reboots, while there are a couple of really bad ones, there are still a couple of good ones even before this reboot trend kicked in. So I had to ask myself, which reboot based on a cartoon is considered the best? Which of the 10 can bring back that nostalgia while also welcome a new generation of audience? So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to pick any remake based on an anime franchise or classic cartoon. And seeing how that other shows have been rebooted so many times, I'm only going to pick one reboot from each of them. Also, I'm not going to include any revival movies like Hey Arnold the Jungle Movie or Mr. Peabody and Sherman. So let's bring the past to the future and restart our childhood. This is the top 10 best animated reboots. Number 10. My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Oh yeah, this list just got interesting. Back in the 80s, My Little Pony was based on toys that were meant to target little girls. But ever since the 4th generation came in, it unexpectedly became popular outside its target demographic. Not only did little girls enjoy the show, but even grown men liked this show. So the biggest question the world is wondering, why did this become popular? Was it because it's funny? Is it enjoyable? Or is it well mature? Well, I don't have the right answer for it, but I can understand why. First off, the animation is really colorful with some nice magic and flying scenes. The background history and concept of Equestria gives the show and the characters an identity. Most of the episodes are enjoyable and well executed with some mature moments. The songs have nice visuals and lyrics, and the characters have a charming individual personality. For the morals, they're actually not hammered in as you think they are. They are actually well executed. Some of them are pretty subtle, like Rarity has to compromise with her sister besides saying sorry, or Pinkie has to swallow her pride over a Weird Al pony, or Apple Bloom shouldn't worry about her future cutie mark and be happy for who she is. In fact, the show is fully aware that people like this cartoon, and they will often poke fun of it.
Muffin?
Admittedly, there are still a couple of bad episodes, a couple of unlikable minor characters, and I personally can't stand the theme song. So it still contains vibes from the other MLP generation. But thanks to nice animation and well-executed writing, it makes the series feel tolerable. I'm not a huge fan of Friendship is Magic, but I know a good reboot when I see one.
Did you know you are my very best friends?
Number 9. Astro Boy, 2003. Astro Boy was considered the first anime ever created. It stars a robot boy designed by Dr. Temna after his deceased son. But the robot became a hero to the public, so now he fights off bad guys to defend both humans and innocent robots. In the 2003 version, it takes the manga and anime series to a whole new level. The animation is really nice to look at for its depiction of the future, giving it a more Jetsons flair to it. And many of the robot's inhabitants are well detailed and have a unique personality and function. Some of them are comical, some of them are loyal, some of them are large in the charts, and some of them are pretty playful. Astro Boy is also a well-developed character with an interesting backstory about his creator, Dr. Temna. Dr. Temna does show that he still loves Astro like his son Tobio, but at the same time, he acts more like a mad scientist who ironically thinks robots are far superior. Other characters like Zora and Reno, Astro's classmates, and Dr. O'Shea are likable with their quirkiness and specific roles in the show. While the villains are menacing, but some like Atlas and Bluto are shown to have sympathetic sides, realizing that there are plenty of things on Earth that are worth protecting. they're not fully evil, just ended up being corrupted by greedy people. In addition, the show has a specific role on giving robots equal rights as humans, which was the prime focus of the series. Which is why Dr. O'Shea is certain that Astro is the key to give robots civil rights. Some could argue that the 1980s Astro Boy is the best reboot. While it was good, it didn't have some good voice actors in the English dub, using the same actor on any one-shot characters. The only advantage that the 80s have over the 2003 one is giving Astro Boy a childlike personality, while the 2003 one makes him talk like a teenager.
Hey, hi everybody. So, how's it going? As if, yeah, right.
With nice animation and great characters, it is still nice to see Astro Boy soaring high in the sky. Number 8. The Twisted Tales of Felix the Cat. Felix the Cat was a famous cartoon character in the 1920s, but ever since sound cartoons were made, his popularity faded away and ended up being overshadowed by other famous characters like Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny. Felix did return with sound, with new scenarios with him having a magic bag and adding new characters, but they weren't as memorable as his earlier cartoons. What's worse is that he had his own movie and it was critically panned. Suddenly, a new take was given to the black and white cat by sending him on great adventures in... Toontown? Okay, to be fair, this series has some creative things like good squash and stretch and some creative characters. About 90% of this cartoon is a series of weird imageries, and whenever Felix is in danger, he would still use his magic bag and other stuff surrounding him. Everything he does results in chasing, explosions, and crazy cartoon hijinks you can think of. For the humor, there are times it can be juvenile, but then there are times where it's actually funny, and they sometimes throw in some clever fourth wall jokes. Yeah, some of the new characters are forgettable, and there can be some things that are a little too weird. But as long as Felix is having fun with his reboot, you'll laugh so much your thighs will ache. Number 7. Ben 10 Alien Force. I'm cheating a little bit on this one because this is sort of a follow-up to the original Ben 10, but this one is mostly different from the original, including animation and even storyline. People were a bit iffy on the idea on making Ben a teenager because we were already attached to Ben as a 10-year-old. But the show grew a cult following to fans of the original. Not only does the continuity match up to the original, but it manages to expand the franchise incredibly. New allies to the plumber team, adding some dark elements, the origin behind Gwen's powers, threatening villains both old and new, and one of Ben's most memorable villains, Kevin 11, made a strong redemption from an energy-conserving monster hybrid to Ben's best friend and ally. We even get some new developments from him, like what happened to his parents and a good relationship between him and Gwen. Even the new aliens Ben obtained have the same creativity as the original. While some like Swampfire, Chromosome, and Humongousaur may feel like replacements of the other aliens, but they have some additional features that makes them distinguished. And don't give your hopes up because Ben does bring back a couple of old ones to get them back in action.
Cannonbolt!
Haven't seen him for a while.
The show will even continue strongly by adding Ultimate Aliens, which they appear later in the Ben 10 Alien Force sequel, Ultimate Alien. While Ultimate Alien was good and they even made Ben into a celebrity, Alien Force brought the excitement to the new Ben 10 series. He may not be 10 years old anymore, but he still has the Omnitrix ready for hero time. Number 6. Batman, the Brave and the Bold. This cartoon is far different than any other Batman incarnations. This one has a lighter tone, no dark colors or people screaming, "Martha!" Despite that, this show ended up becoming a blast. What makes it great is that it pays tribute to the Silver Age of DC Comics. Now this series did not have a coherent story, it's just Batman and his pals fighting crime, but we still enjoy it because it's bright animation and great action scenes. And to this day, the show still left an impact. Aquaman became famous again, characters like Plastic Man, Black Canary, Solomon Grundy, Gorilla Grodd are more memorable in this show. There's many Batman adaptations in the series, like The Strange Case Files or Bruce marrying Selina. There's even an episode where Batman confronts the man that killed his parents, and it has this powerful message that even if the killer exposes Batman's true identity, Bruce Wayne will still live on.
Funny. Because I started you off as Batman.
And let's not forget one of the unique characters, Batmite, Batman's #1 fan from the 5th dimension. He's the one that brings in many Batman versions and performs other stunts to bend reality. Plus it's Paul Rubens, everything he does is hilarious.
On that one, the fans got to choose what happened to Jason Todd. Guess how I voted.
Dang it, why is he so clever about these jokes? The title says it all. Batman is both brave and bold. He is the Knight. Number 5. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. Out of all the Scooby-Doo series, this one is the best in recent years. Why? Because it has something that the Scooby-Doo TV shows never thought of. A story arc on Mystery Incorporated. Ever since the first episode, Scooby and the gang found a mysterious locket. After that, they seemed to be in contact with a mysterious caller named Mr. E. And the more they discovered the secrets of the locket, they found out there are other members of Mystery Incorporated, way before Scooby's team. And you know what? We haven't seen that before in a Scooby-Doo show. But even if the series now has a story arc, it still follows the usual structure as a Scooby-Doo cartoon. Even at that, the monsters are a lot better. The designs of the monsters are more terrifying and even have some disturbing moments whenever the person gets cocooned, paralyzed, and surrounded by cicadas. It's even ironic that there's some memorable citizens of Crystal Cove, like Fred's dad, Mayor Jones. At first, he's the egotistical politician that thinks, hey, let's promote this monster for tourism. Even though it's more likely people will never come to that town after these nightmare fuels. But it is revealed that he is hiding a dirty secret that ties into the original Mystery Inc. They would even throw in some classic Hanna-Barbera characters into the show, like Jabberjaw, Captain Caveman, Blue Falcon, and Dynamite, and so much more. Probably the best crossover since the Laugh Olympics. For Mystery Inc., they're still the same except Fred, who now has an obsession over traps, and to be fair, it's kind of funny. The only problem I have with the show is that they tried to make Shaggy and Velma a couple, and there's not much chemistry, and they try to throw in this dumb romance comedy story where Shaggy has to choose between Scooby, his best friend, and Velma, his possible love interest. But with great writing and stunning animation, the show manages to get away with it thanks to those meddling kids. Thank you for watching my video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe me to share your thoughts. And stay tuned every week for a new review and other project. See you soon.